I'm good. How are you? I'm going to share the live really quick
As am I.
to anybody and everybody who will listen. No. Oh, I wonder.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I
Hey.
got to send it to some of my, they're like, how do I get on? I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to send y'all the link when we get on because love them to death. But what are you going to do? Let me send one more.
Hey, Lamers.
Hey, y'all. Oh, you know what I should do? I'm gonna just send it to all right here. That's easier. Okay. I don't know. That's gonna have to work for now.
Welcome back to the Booked and Busy podcast. We're rebranding. So we have veteran and alumni author with us as our special guest, Rowdy Rooski.
Okay, really quick. I'm gonna tell everybody how to pronounce my name. I know there's a tendency to have the ooh because the o, but it's rook. Rook, like in chess. There's a rook. Piece in chess because my last name is Rooks.
Rooks.
So all I did was add a Y, so it's Rooksy.
Rooksy.
Everybody says it wrong, and I'm not sure why, because I guess I get if you want to say rooster, but it's really rook. So, and I never really have corrected people, but it's happening so frequently that I'm like, that is not how to pronounce it. And if that's my brand, I better start telling people.
And you better.
Yeah.
And you better.
So
how I've been knowing you for a few years now. And I've been saying it wrong.
But you know what? It's because of my meditation, my mindfulness and meditation practice. We practice non-attachment. So it's not that I'm even attached to it. That's why I never corrected it. I'm only correcting it now because I'm building my author brand. And I'm being advised that I need to make sure people know my name.
Say your name right. Because first of all, I don't know if y'all know me, the ones that know me. Y'all know I'm a stickler with names, so I'll be like, wait a minute, that's not how you say his name. Now, everybody else might be saying Dave's ass backwards, but Nicole likes to say it right. So it's Rooksy.
Rooksy, yes. Just Rowdy Rooksy.
So let's start over.
Hey, Darlene. Okay.
So we have today, welcome to the Booked and Busy podcast. We have the beautiful, the talented, the alumni, the veteran author, Rowdy Rooski.
Thank you for having me. I don't know how much of I'm a veteran writer, but I still feel like a newbie in this author game because
you might be a newbie, but as long as you got 2-3 books on the shelf, you're not.
Oh, well, thank you.
In Nicole's mind, no, I'm not thinking about nobody else's mind. I'm thinking about Nicole's mind.
Awesome. That's why I love you. You be staying on us. You be making sure we be popping our shit, if you will. But you make sure
we're going to pop our shit. We're still going to pop our shit. And I think it's important to pop your shit as an author. So let's start with popping your shit. The reason why the initial podcast was called Pop Your Shit was because I wanted authors to highlight themselves. I wanted authors to put themselves out there. So I don't know if any of you guys have been following me as long as Rowdy and I have been friendly on the internet. Do you know she was part of the first interview? It was a panel of authors that it was just happenstance. And we were talking about AI.
We were. Oh my gosh, we were.
And we're going to get into that in a bit. But this is something that you helped catapult. So let me share the history just quickly. I know I haven't been on here a long time, but I am on season 2. So so I manifested with E. Bowser.
I love me some E. Bowser. That's my girl.
Me too. Love her. She was one of my first guests. Rowdy was on the first Pop Your Shit panel, which was the very first Pop Your Shit, when I didn't know nothing about what I was doing. And through time and conversation and text messages and just meeting her, I've learned so much.
Oh, thank you.
I've learned so much from her. I've learned to embrace certain things. So I just want to say thank you. I want to give you your flowers while you're standing. And I
Thank
appreciate you.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll say this. I am a listen, when you get to know me and I'll say this, I am very selective who I allow in my inner circle because I'm a person who likes to dwell in peaceful spaces.
Yes.
But I will say that I do have a wealth of information, knowledge. I have a lot of skill sets, and I'm always happy to share. I'm rooting for everybody Black. I want to share whatever knowledge I have with everybody because I really do feel like there's room for all of us. There's too many readers for us to be fighting with each other. So I will always be open to give feedback, give help, share resources within boundaries because I have the resources I have because I don't overuse them. But again, I'm always happy to be in community with people who are looking to the future, who are trying to progress and who are trying to grow. So, and thank you too, because I've come a long way on TikTok. I think as a writer, most writers know we like to be behind the scenes. I have always been a behind the scenes girl, whether I was writing, filmmaking, whatever, and I felt that's my place. I feel secure. I had to learn how to get in front of people like this on TikTok, making videos. I feel like I'm talking into the abyss, but I'm working on it. I'm getting better. But I remember like you would always be like, you better do it. You better get on there and promote your stuff. Who else is going to do it? Nobody's going to do it but you. So I do think about that. And I just thank you because I do feel like, I adore you. You just have a warmth.
Thank you.
And a welcoming spirit. And so I just want to thank you for welcoming me into your space.
I appreciate that. So my favorite books, if y'all don't know, is The Assignment, 11 Legacy. Those are two of my favorite books.
Oh, it's up high. I should have brought it down.
So, tell us a little bit about your catalog for those that are new to you.
Sure. So, in general, I would be considered a romance author, contemporary romance. But, within that, there's all these subgenres and all that. And my motto, honestly, is really don't box me in. I write what I want. And that's for real because I don't like to be stuck into one type of writing, one trope. So my stuff's going to run the gamut from, I guess you could say, sports romances, to why choose to a little bit more urban, because I love to just write whatever I want. And so far, let's say, I think I'm at my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think my 8th book. I have 8 books out, and then I have my serial romance. It's like a urban Western 1980s soap opera style drama. I have that on my Patreon because it was on Kindle Vella, but they did away with Kindle Vella. And so I had to move it somewhere. And so I have that, and I'm working on season 2 of Blackwood right now. And so that'll be out soon. And then, you know me, I have 5011 whips that I'm working on. So, but anyway, yeah, 5011 whips. And what I will say is, if you follow me, my drop schedule is no drop schedule, like at this point, because I just want to write. And when I write the book and I'm done and I feel like it's, it's all edited, it's packaged, I'm going to drop it. And I'm like, okay, I've got to come up with better plans. So I do have some good plans lined up for next year, but I might be rambling, so just cut me off.
That's okay, you're fine. So the last time, just a quick story. So the last time you were on here, I really didn't know how to work TikTok so well, and we invited.
I remember that man. Remember?
Well,
That was hilarious.
I was trying to delete someone because they was doing the most in the comments, and they ended up coming on screen. And he looked and he was like I actually made it out. He started dancing and carried on, and we laughed so hard.
It was hilarious. That was, there's no better way to kick it off than having something like that because it breaks the tension, I think. It was fun. It cracked me up.
Okay, so let's start with why why don't you want to be boxed as a particular author? You know, Stephen King, he's known as psychological thrillers. That's his wheelhouse. Why do you try and move yourself out the box?
So I don't per se actively try. I think I'll tell you exactly where it stems from. So before I started officially writing novels and publishing, I was writing screenplays. And me, if you guys know, Gunshy is my business partner. We went to a pitch fest. This was years ago in LA with movie studios and all of that. And we were pitching some of our ideas. And they tried to make us stick to one genre because what we were we had different scripts that we were presenting in different genres. We had like comedy, drama, whatever. And they were like, no, but what do you write? What is your drama? What is your genre? And I just am like, why do I have to stick to a genre? If I can write it well, why does it matter? And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because Hollywood is very much like that. If you write comedy, you write comedy. Don't try and come over here and write, drama or horror. But I was like, nobody's going to limit my creativity because I'm writing fiction. It's creativity. I'm not writing docuseries, documentaries. So I have the ability to say and do what I want in my story, create the worlds I want. And candidly, because I know y'all like to tussle out here, y'all can try and tell me you don't like this or that or how I do, but I'm creating stories from my imagination. And I feel like I'm learning now more and more than ever that I'm just going to write what comes to me, the characters, and I'm not trying to chase what readers want or what people want. I'm just going to write how I write. And also, I had to, if you notice, I'm not on TikTok as much because I had to disconnect and detach from it because I was starting to lose some of that individuality, originality, because I kept getting the message, oh no, readers want this, readers want that. And I thought it was making it difficult for me to write how I write. And so I stepped away and I'm like, I hadn't looked at any feedback from Book Talk from readers for a while. And I've been writing more. I'll say that. That's all a part of it. Knowing who I am, knowing my writing style. Hell, I've been writing since junior high. When the first time I really, really started writing was when, I know exactly, 7th grade. We got assigned the poem, Death Be Not Proud by John Donne. And something about that poem and the way it was written in the style. After that, our teacher made us do an assignment where we wrote a poem in that same style. And I haven't looked back. And I guess also I'm an Aquarius. We don't like being told what to do. We don't like being boxed in. And so I like the freedom of it too. So it's not that I try, I feel like it's innate to each person. Nobody should be boxed in. If you have a skill set and you've worked on it and continue to work on it, write your story, do what you want. So that's kind of how I look at it.
So with your skill set as a screenplay writer, how is that different from being a literary author?
That is a really good question. And I will say this, everybody's answer is going to differ, but mine's really interesting because, I did get into screenplay writing. I had zero formal training. I just knew I loved to write. I'd taken writing classes and all that. But what I learned in writing screenplays is that you're not as prosy. It's directional, and you're writing so that the director and the director will interpret what it looks like on the screen. I think people outside of the industry maybe don't realize that. As a writer, you can write your story, submit it, and the director can look at it and read what you wrote and have a completely different vision than what you wrote. So in screenwriting, it's easier in my opinion because I can be less descriptive, and it's really more about the dialogue and lighter screen directions, because again, the director's gonna interpret it and direct it how he wants. And then in writing novels, it's more prosy. I love that I can just use this massive, lovely vocabulary in my head and write prosy, beautiful paragraphs or long-winded descriptive paragraphs. I think there's a greater freedom in writing books that allowed for kind of in Hollywood and writing scripts. So to me, that's the biggest difference. Hey, babe. Sorry, my man entered. He down there somewhere. You'll get to meet him eventually. He's on the team now. He's my finance guy.
Good.
Yep. Because he came to my last event. He's my finance guy.
Good. I love that. I love that. So, okay. So we have screenplay writing. You direct and you're presenting books. You're taking books and turning them into film. How's that going?
That is going slow because it's a long process. And candidly, my ass signed up for too many book events. So, after, let's say, probably after October, I have a couple of events, and after that, the rest of the year is slow. So we'll get back into it. So it's still on the horizon. We have a couple things out there that I can't talk about, but we definitely are still moving towards that. But it's really me, to be fair to my partner Gunshy, because I got into some book events and my author career started to kind of pick up, and I was like, oh, I'm only one person, so I had to make a decision right now. So right now I'm focusing on this, but we still plan to do the assignment first so that we can make sure all of the kinks are ironed out before we do anybody else's book. But also I'm looking to enlist or partner with some bigger, more notable names, because I feel like the book talk, the indie author, especially the Black indie author side of book talk, is like slept on, in that the industry, there's so many great stories and there's so many readers who want to see them. And I don't think they realize that, because what we see on book talk publicly, like what makes the news, it's not Black book talk. It's never Black book talk. It's never the amazing stuff we're doing. And so I feel like we're underrated, underviewed, under promoted. And if I can just get one of my good contacts to understand that, perhaps I can get them to help fund, because that's really my goal with that. I don't want the authors or anybody to have to pay for this. And if you know how the making movies work, you know you shouldn't pay anything. So whenever we get a script and the process candidly is you meet, if they like it, you get optioned, meaning they can hold it forever, how long. And if they do something with it, great. You might have another payout with points on the back end, or they hold it and they decide we don't want to do anything and they give it back to you. But never once do you, the writer, pay for anything. So that's super important, because I know I've been seeing a lot of people talk about like book to film. And like I said, I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to do it. But do your research. Know what you're doing. And don't just go into it all giddy and geeked because someone's like, yeah, let me make it, and get your work stolen. We got our first film stolen from us because we were too green. It happened once. It'll never happen to us again. But our very first film that me and my business partner did was stolen from us. So that's why I say I learned so much from that experience and how to protect myself, how to protect my work. I behoove anybody to do that. And that's why it's so important for me to do this indie book to film thing right. I'm never a person who's going to rush into something and half-ass do it. Whenever I do it and what I produce, I want everybody to see the assignment once we do it, critique it, look, because I'm doing it for the authors and the readers, right? So not that as a creative, you're going to influence me to drastically change anything, but it helps me understand the audience. And I love constructive feedback that's meant to help. I'm always open to that. So yeah, we are, but that's my long-winded spiel to say I'm the problem because I have too many book events. So we had to kind of push it out a little bit.
Well, at least you know you the problem. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Do you have a favorite? What's your favorite? Do you prefer screenwriting over writing books? Even though you said you have more freedom with writing books because you can be as descriptive if you want. You can create the atmosphere for the reader. Do you have a favorite?
Okay. I would say I don't have a favorite, but perhaps at times I prefer screenwriting because it's easier for me. I tell you what, I can knock out a screenplay, not for a full-length feature film, but like for a sitcom, like 30 minutes, which is maybe like, it's a minute per page in screenwriting. If you know, filming is about a minute per page, right? So it would be like 30 to 35 pages in screenwriting, but I could probably get that done in 2 days, the first draft. And hell, sometimes in 1 day, because it's easier because also I direct. And so when I'm writing it, I'm thinking about it as a director and I'm writing it and I'm putting in screen directions as I see it. But what I will say, it's easier, faster. So yeah, I prefer it. But me being able to write novels helps to inform me as a screenwriter, to be honest, because when I write like my books, I'm writing it in images I see, scenes, and have as the characters speak to me. And I'm able to visualize everything. And that helps when I'm writing screenplays. So I guess my preference would be screenwriting because it's easy, but who wants easy? Because creative writing is fun. Like books is fun. So yeah, I'll do both. I want to do both.
What does the career goals of Rowdy Rooski look like?
So absolutely, I am working towards being a full-time author. I would love that. And I'm well on my way, I believe. And that plus get back on my filmmaking grind. Before the pandemic, we were heavy in that. I mean, we were heavy, but the pandemic thwarted us. So pick that up and just be more in community in the real world with authors and readers, not social media. Go to more events, meet more people, build my reader audience, pull more people into the Rowdy's Rebels fold, and just build a really fun, robust community. And write great stories that people want to read. That's really my goal.
I love it. How important are book events?
Okay, so that is a great question because I always knew, well, I take that back. I didn't always know they were that important. But as I got on Book Talk, because I haven't been on that long, I was starting to learn. I learned about them really that through Book Talk and understanding that's how you really reach, your readers. And it kind of solidified itself for me from the event that I attended last weekend because it was a completely different event. It was not a mostly non-minority event. There were three of us, but what I found was if the event is great, that doesn't even matter because I met so many amazing authors, so many amazing readers who are just so happy to embrace you. And I know for a fact, I picked up a whole bunch of new readers, which I am amazed by. And it really made me see how important getting in front of the readers is. So I would behoove any author to start looking up book festival, book events, going to them, engaging, because I feel like I'm late to the game in that respect. But I had such an amazing time at the event I was at, the Violet Crown Author event in Round Rock, Texas. It really opened my eyes. And it was really a lot of the readers because I had readers coming to my table, buying my books. And then I even had some when they were like, oh, yeah, this girl over there told me to come see you. Like the way that the community out there supports you, I didn't expect it. I don't know. I just didn't expect it to be that crucial or impactful. So I think next to writing, being out there in those events is what's going to get you more readership and more motivation. That event motivated me, like to get back here, get reorganized, build my team, a better, bigger, better team, and get these books written. These 37 whips, they about to get done because of a book event I went to that really opened my eyes. So to me, beyond writing and marketing, because that is part of marketing, it's super important.
Okay. I'm just want to know if I'm on point. So you know how Beyonce sells her album, but she's got to pay everybody, the producers, the this, the that, the everything, right? But when she goes on tour, even though she has a team up under her, that money is hers, right? So that's where she makes the bulk of her money is touring, not the album, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So she has merch, she has this, she has that. That to me is the same thing as being an author. You put your book out there and whatever. And then you go to the book events because first you're visible so your readers can see you, they can touch you. You have product available, and I hate to sound like a D boy, a D girl.
You're out there slanging the books. You right.
You slanging books. You know what I'm saying? So the books are on the table and they can actually touch, feel, and take it home. Buy it and take it home. Mm-hmm. Yes, Storm, you're being called out too. But to me, that's where your money comes from. The majority of your money. Mm-hmm. I know that it's tiring. I know that you be tired of smiling. I know that you might be an introvert. And that's very well. But one thing that this one right here, I learned from her because I'm an observer. She was there. She had her books. She had this video thingamabob. And I was like, the Lord. But she stood up. She talked to her people. She engaged. She hugged. And it was such an experience. You have to create an experience for your readers. And I love that. Because I walked away like she saw me. I'm just a reader. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt when I walked away from her table. I've gone to some tables and they're just like, oh, here's my books. You're so dry. I didn't want to buy nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a shopper of books. You know it, Rowdy.
I know.
I buy everything if I don't have it. So all I'm saying is for the authors that may be in here, for the new authors that may be in here, I'm talking to myself. That's how I visualize how you make your money. is you got to get out there. Your goal is to sell books. Your goal is to create the story, take said story, put it in paperback form or hardback form, create something that they can get. Not only did they download it, but you want them to buy it.
Yes.
And the best way to buy it is to be this wonderful individual. She's smiling. She is happy, genuinely happy to meet you. She's not shunning anybody, whether she like them or not. She's treating everybody the same.
Thank you. Well,
that's what I observed when I met you.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't because it's me. It wasn't because of whatever. I watched you talk to everybody that came to your table.
Thank you.
So, if you're out there, take a page out of her book, because when I tell you, it was an experience to just be involved. You guys got to step your game up. When I went to the 4Bs, one of my favorite authors was Mel Dow. She tall as shit. But that baby stood up that whole time and she hugged and she hugged and she hugged. And I bought a million gazillion books. You guys got to stand up. You got to be inviting. You cannot have these preconceived notions about people because you might not like how they look or smell. Or they might not be as put together as you may like for them to be. Right. But that's not your business. Your business is to give them the experience, have them buy the book, take a picture, if possible, and send them home.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. So like I said at the beginning, I love to dwell in positive places, positivity. I speak life over all this. We in good spaces and good energy. And you're right, because me being in this new environment with a bunch of people I didn't know, the one compliment that stuck with me that I got from countless people was how open or how fun and how welcoming. And I had these cute boots on, so I'm sure that was the draw. But people, you have to walk in positivity and be open and inviting. So it is important that I stand up, and I do that because I want people to feel like I'm open. Come talk to me. Let's chat. Like, I don't mind. And sometimes my sister thinks I talk too much when I talk to readers, but I love engaging with them, especially, I don't know, I find it fun. It makes me happy. And so I agree with you. Every author, I don't think authors should sit down too long. Like, stand up. Heck, I'm going to just say, like, me, newbie, I was in the middle. I was next to an author who was huge, apparently. She had, like, roped off. She had lines. Now, don't sleep on me. I had a queue a couple times in at my table. I had a line, but she had a line. And she stood up the whole time, and I stood up the whole time, and I'm observing because I learn from others. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. She stood up that whole time. I don't even know how many people, but I know she sold out, and she had pre-orders, and I peeped that. And then me standing in front of my table, people could see me in that big room, and they were like, no, I saw you from over there. I was going to make my way over. So authors, absolutely, get up, be chatty, and trust me, these readers are going to support you. Like, absolutely. So, yeah, thank you.
And it's okay to not know everything when you get there. Because authors like her will say, if you ask her, well, what should I do? She's going to tell you to stand up.
Yeah.
She's going to say, why don't you just smile? Just smile a little bit more. Whatever it is, take it. Don't take it as she's critiquing you. She's not. She's telling you what to do so that you can attract more people. That's it.
Yeah. And we all need to eat, y'all. So I am not above taking feedback. In fact, at that event, as I went around and met the authors, things that I saw that they did, I talked to them and I was like, hey, I'm stealing this idea. And they were like, please do. So authors to author too, when you go around, and I wish we had more time because I didn't even get around that. It was a big space. But the ones I did get to and the things I saw and liked, they were so open and willing to tell you where they got it, how to do it. And I just was soaking it up. And then I had my sister was my assistant and my man, but my sister was walking around with me. Trust me, she has a whole list of items from that event that we are going to improve on. So always be open to feedback and constructive criticism. And I don't know if we're going to get into this, but I say that, and that's important. Constructive criticism with good intentions. I am open to that all day, every day. What I'm not open to is the hot takes for clout, because I don't think that's productive. And I find the more positive I am and the more grateful I am and the more I offer help to others, my career just keeps getting better and better, and I get more and more opportunities. Opportunities are coming to me, and I know that's because of my practice of kindness, gratitude, mindfulness, intention, and paying it forward. And I have to say this because I take breaks from book talk because it can be so vitriolic. It can be a very angry, depressing place. And so y'all, please, we can move so much further with positivity, support, and community. I'm not kidding. In my world, which has always been very positive, whatever I really wanted, I've always gotten. Like being in the film industry, we got 1,000 no's before we get a yes. But for me, that yes was the one where I was supposed to be. And so always moving with positivity. And I just wish, especially the Black Book Talk community, in the time and the climate that we're in, we got to stop this infighting. We got to look towards the future. Live in positive spaces, y'all. Like, that is so important. And that feeds into what you're talking about when you interact with readers. You have to interact in a way that's positive, engaging. Because if you ain't got your readers, why? You writing for nobody. I mean, I guess you're writing for yourself, but they need us. We need them. So I'm always happy when a reader wants to chat it up with me. Because I can't even believe you're that interested in what I'm writing. And my imagination, my weird old imagination, got you to read my book and come to want to talk to me. And so, I don't know. All facts, everything you said. And I hope if there's any authors in here or who watch it later, they take your feedback and they start to implement it.
Let's talk about constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between constructive criticism and foolishness and mayhem. Let's talk about it. Because I understand that everything is not for everybody. Mm-hmm. I think that's fair. I agree that, and I hope that you guys agree, that everybody's work you're not going to like. It's not going to resonate with you. Okay? Mm-hmm. However, you're claiming that you are a supporter of the literary community, especially the Black literary community. It does an author no good for you to down them in their works because you did not like it. Move the hell on. DNF the book. I think most authors would agree. Okay, if you don't like it, this is not for you. DNF it and keep it moving. But for you to DNF it in the first 10% and then go to write a hard, harsh, what do you call it? Not a comment. a
Review.
review,
Mm-hmm.
you still ain't read the book. You asking questions that's answered in the book. Or to then tag or do a video and then tag the author and or narrator because you didn't like the book. How is that helpful for that author? Because now she's on the defensive. Instead of saying, hey author, why it was not my favorite book. However, you guys may enjoy it, but going forward, let's there were a few plot holes. Send her a message, a DM, if you will. I saw that the book was started in 1986 and it did not have a good transition to 1990. I didn't get when they got to 1990 because you didn't give me a transition to when it started in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to look at that going forward. That's constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
So you tell your version as an author.
Yeah, just it expands beyond just being an author in life, period. Constructive criticism, for me, it comes down to one thing. Criticism, what is your intent? Is it malice or is it to help? So if it's malice, I don't want it because you're not doing it to help me. You're doing it to create controversy, cause issue, get clout, go viral. And so those who give real constructive feedback to support will do what you say, right? Do it in a respectful way. But I have to take it a step further because social media has, I would say, if the lines aren't even blurred anymore, there is no line anymore. So social media has effectively chipped away and damn near erased the line or the boundaries between creative and consumer. Mm-hmm. So like old school back in the day, and when I did start reading romance, I grew up on V.C. Andrews, wasn't supposed to read it. I know I was too young. My mom was an avid reader. She used to read all of the V.C. Andrew books, then shifted to Brenda Jackson. I own her entire catalog. They didn't have social media. There was a very hard line between you and how you could interact with an author. And for me, I liked that better because it did a lot of things. It allowed the author to have that room to create and not have to worry about being confrontational because readers are on their neck about something they didn't like about how they wrote the story, right? So they had that line. And as a reader, if an author was signing a book, you were excited because that was your time to access that author. Right now, we're in a time where readers have unlimited access to us, and social media, unfortunately, thrives on negativity. And so I think sometimes people do things online that they wouldn't do in real life. Because if we didn't have social media and you read a book and you didn't like it, you know what you'd do? Yeah, you'd write your review, but you couldn't tag an author. You couldn't get in their DMs. And so that's the difference. And if I had my choice, I'd go back to old school. It is such a better and more organic experience because you don't have that almost curated facade that social media lends itself to. And so I think people have lost, they've lost the idea that authors are writers, they're creatives, and they deserve boundaries. They don't have to tell me everything. And I'm just one person and I don't like this part, but there might be 200 other people who love it. I don't have to bash an author. So if we could go back, I would. And they would leave it all in the reviews, right? And I like that. But since we're not there anymore, and we do have social media, I just hope that people use real discernment. And I say that because people say, I have discernment. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Go look up the definition of discernment and then practice it. So my ideal situation is going back, but since we're here, I just want everybody in these spaces to be respectful. And hell, like I said, if we're all happy, there's no like, dude, that was lovely. I'm like, dang, Gunshine, that was lovely. You didn't even send me one. Rude. Look, hold on, but let me tell my people in here, in case y'all don't know, if you want to send me something, you have to tap on my picture and then tap on the little present, and then it'll come to me. If you want to thank Nicole,
and please send her something.
If you want to thank
all
Nicole,
donations are
yeah, you don't have to click on her because she's hosting it. So you just hit the button. But if you want me, Darlene, that's my sister, you need to click on my picture and send me something. Now look, I'm sidebar Nicole. She on my team. Gunshine and her on my team. Gunshine, you better get with Darlene and tell her how to work this. No. Yeah, look at my, she's like, she can be annoying, guys. All right, y'all. No, but okay, sorry. Sidebar.
It's okay.
But yeah, so anyway, those are my long-winded thoughts.
Okay, so let's talk about AI for a second. You had some very interesting views initially on here about book covers and videos and such. Why is AI important in the Black book space? And the reason why I'm asking this is because then you have those that say, "Oh, this taking jobs is this, is that," but it's here.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
Oh gosh, this one. Y'all gonna have to rock with me on this because it might get a little bit long. But my thoughts on AI from then to now have only grown. I haven't changed my thoughts around it, meaning I haven't gone in a negative direction. Like you said, it's here. So I'll start first and say this, and just in general on GP, AI is already embedded in everything, whether we like it or not. And I would say this, it would behoove everybody to go and learn AI, all the different types, because there's different types that function differently. It's important to understand how it functions, how it can be used, and that since it's already been integrated into society everywhere, and now it's going to be integrated in law enforcement as a minority, as a Black woman, as Black people, we are always taught to shy away from technology. They're so good at telling us, don't get involved, don't do that, it's not good for you, but they're hella involved. And I know that because I'm hella involved. I'm a tech head. I understand the potential of AI, the pros and the cons, because it's not all good. But in general, just as a Black person in the world, you do need to understand it, learn it, and probably even play around with it and work with it. I am part of some beta programs where I train AI. You know what I train AI on? Black people, Black culture. They are going to use it to identify us and sort of define us. And if we don't teach AI how we move, how to identify us, that we are not a threat, we are in trouble. So how I train and work with it, I am constantly, when there's so before a new push comes out, I do get notified to test, and I'm testing it as a Black woman in America. I'm like, this is Black culture. This is what Black people do. This is how they talk. Sometimes it may seem aggressive, but it's not. We get excited. AI won't know that about us because they don't train it on Black culture. We have to train it on Black culture. And so whether you like it or not, you need to learn it and learn how it can impact, how it's going to start impacting your life. And learn how you can combat it. You need to learn how to spot AI. It's very easy to spot once you get into it and learn it. There are free courses. You need to learn how to prompt chain. There's so many things. Now in the book, now here's what I'll say in the book space. There's a lot of positive things that AI has done and can do to help BIPOC authors specifically. And I'll say, here's why. From a cover creation, image generation perspective, you have things like Midjourney, like that. They can help us to imagine and bring our characters to life. Because if you're an author, if you're a Black author, you can't find diverse stock photos for your covers for your characters. There's only so many, but there's a plethora of non-Black stock photos and images that lean itself to romance writing, right? Our bucket is limited. I have Adobe, I have all of that, and I'm always going out there trying to find images with good-looking Black couples. There are hardly any, or the ones that are out there are overused, okay? So there's that. And then second, okay, they want to say, well, you need to go out and pay artists. And I want to pay everybody. But guess who's training AI? This is the thing. I want people to do their research. Don't take it from me. There are artists. They had artists, they had writers, they have filmmakers. Everybody had been tapped to train them AIs. So the very artists, and maybe they don't want to come out and say it, they are training AI. Because, by the way, AI can't do anything by itself. You have to, which lends me to say AI is not taking jobs. It's changing the way we do jobs. You need to learn it so you can get the job and do the work. Somebody has to prompt the AI. Somebody has to create the GPT. You need to learn to do that, Black people. And in the book space, for me, I like to use Midjourney for, I guess, character creation in marketing. If I can't find an image, I can go take a video that someone else put out there and stitch some stuff together. It's still not my original work. I'm still using somebody else's work. I see a lot of videos, promotions where people are just taking other people's stuff and putting it in there, and it's promotion. Nobody says anything. But God forbid a Black author can't find any marketing materials to push their book, but they're able to take the cover that they paid for or had somebody help them make and bring that to life using AI. And that's one way that can help an author write. Also, or help an author promote. Also, the way that writers use AI, I will say this. AI is a problem in the fact that how it pollutes the earth, but that's a whole different conversation. AI in creative spaces becomes a problem in my view. This is my view. I am one person, take it or love it. But when the user is malicious. So how are you using it? Are you using it to deceive or not? Because one thing you don't know about me, I'm going to be like, that's AI. Because I have nothing to hide. I was writing and publishing books before AI became a thing as big as it is. The accessibility. I know I can write. I don't need AI to write for me. But what AI does for me and how I use it, brainstorming. I am a person who has 1,000 ideas and I'm like, chat, here's my data dump. Blah, blah, blah. Can you organize it for me? And it'll organize my thoughts in a cohesive way. I also use it to help when I can't come up with names. So I would behoove authors to use it as a tool to enhance your skills, and not as a replacement. What I will say, yeah, it's okay if you get stuck. AI is supposed to be a helper, to improve and make you better and free up your time also. Because, for example, if I'm spending an hour because one paragraph, I just can't get it right. Would I dump it in AI? Yes. And I'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Something feels off. Give me some suggestions. It may suggest me a bunch of stuff. Some stuff I may not like, or I may be like, I'm missing this one key phrase. And I'll be like, thank you. But then I'll put it in my own words because I want to write my own story. But I'm not above getting help. And so if you use it the right way and not lie and be malicious and use it and pump out all these books, because for one, you're degrading your ability to write and be creative. And eventually it's going to come into the light. And if you learn AI, understand how to use it, you will find it very easy to detect AI in writing. And it's not as obvious as y'all think, because I hate to hear readers talking about M dashes AI. I was using M dashes before AI was a thing, y'all. I learned that in my writing classes. I took writing courses. I am a studied writer. Like, I went and I do the work. I didn't wake up and say, I want to be a writer, because even though it's creativity, we can write what we want, there is structure. There is flow and form. And to tie back to what I said about having to sometimes detach from social media, because I do understand readers want what they want. But do I do that at the integrity of my writing? No, right? Same thing with AI. I can dump something in AI today. It's going to spit me out a terribly written summary that if I was green and I didn't understand it, I'd be like, this is great. But it's going to be disjointed. It's going to be short, punchy. And you're going to be left feeling like, wait, I don't really know what's going on here. So do not let AI write your story. Let AI help you. Let AI help you brainstorm and flesh it out. I'm a pantser. The one thing that AI has done for me is help me be more structured, because I do my brain dump and it will organize my thoughts for me. And then I take it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I meant when I just brain dumped 1,000 words to you and you in 2 seconds organize my thoughts. Use it like that, y'all. And I'll say this, everybody's scared and running around. Don't put your stuff in AI. Guess what? Before AI came out, they were stealing our stuff. It was on websites. Once you publish your work, it is out there. Somebody, if they want to, is going to find a way to steal it. It doesn't matter. In fact, if I go into my chat and I type in, pull me up everything, the actual book, sample pages, whatever, from, XYZ book, it's going to do it because it's out there to the public already. So I find that kind of a false argument, but I understand it because we are sensitive and proprietary about our shit, as we should be. But because I'm so heavily entrenched in AI and I understand it doesn't matter, it's gone. Once I put it out there, it got it anyway. What can I do? Why not use it to my advantage? So it has its pros and cons. If you can afford to pay all these big bucks, do that, because I'm all about supporting creative. Do a hybrid. I tend to do hybrid sometimes. So like some of my covers, if I can't find, I don't know, a background, and I'm like, I want to field, like with the assignment, that cover is a combination of multiple things. My graphic designer, shout out to Dash, my goddaughter went to LSU. She's a graphic designer. She stitched this bad boy together. That is 1, 2, 3, I think 4 different pictures. So she had to go through those lengths just to get me this cover. So I could have said, like, if we can't find things, I would have probably went in and said, I got to create this background. It's just nature. So I'm like, create me a background, and maybe we have to layer on the Adobe photo that I bought, right? The head. And then the head was a photo of a black guy, right? I bought that stock photo, bought the body of a white guy. Like, I had to buy these different elements just to put together the black cover that I wanted. And what AI does, it inspires inspiration. It's inspiration, and you can use it for little tweaks like that. Now, I would say not the whole cover. I've moved away from that idea kind of with the whole cover, but there are certain pieces that sometimes you just don't have a choice. And I would ask readers to be gentle, and with authors, especially indie authors who don't have these massive budgets in an economy that's tanking. where it costs more now to produce books, right? And we're paying for everything ourselves. And again, Black authors don't even have the same resources that other authors have. We're not even given the same grace. So I don't know. I guess I'd just say this. My only advice to people, do your own research, learn it for real. Learn it for real. Understand how you can use it to your advantage. Understand how others can use it to disadvantage you, because a lot of what is happening is that's what's going to happen on the bigger level, and how you can circumvent it. So don't run away from AI. Black people, don't be scared of AI. You better learn AI. And by the way, if you really learn AI, it can make you some money through automations on the back end. But see, I'm a nerd. Don't let me get into stuff like that. That's why I said, you asked me about AI. Nicole, come on. I can go on and on.
But that's why I wanted you to talk about it, because you are a wealth of information about AI and what it can and can't do, the pros and the cons of it. That's why I wanted you to speak to it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, just remember, the user has the intent, not the AI. The user. So if you are a user and your intent is to deceive and fool people, you're the problem, not the AI. Not the AI. And I'll leave it there.
Well, let's switch a little bit. Let's talk about Patreon. Why is it important for an author to have a Patreon?
So I didn't understand how important it was until really, really recently, with everything going on, even more with social media, with this clock app and the changes. For me, like I said, I was like, I need a place to put this story because of how it's written, episodic. It's written a little bit different. And I looked around and I thought, well, the only place, I guess, would be Patreon. And you can build community over there, actually. And you have a lot of freedom to do different things, whether it's release, chapters for stories, fan art, some little NSW, not safe for work stuff. You can do a lot over there and build community. So I'm working to build that over there. I can be honest to say that I'm still trying to hone my direction on my Patreon. Mm-hmm. But I think it's important to build a community somewhere off of like the clock apps and the IGs and the Facebooks, and start to cultivate your community. And so that's one of my goals with my Patreon next year, is to grow it. And it's not all about subscribe for free, y'all. Like, first, I always say, go and subscribe for free and see if it's your jam. And mine, since it's specifically for Blackwood, I'm like, if you want Blackwood, subscribe, read the whole first season, take a break, come back and subscribe for season 2. Like, that's how I look at it. Don't waste your money if I'm not, because I'm still figuring out how to consistently engage. I'm like, don't waste your funds there, but I know you want the story. So when I drop season 2, come on back. And I'm fine with that. And I think that how you work with Patreon is important, but I'm still learning the ins and outs of it, but I understand and I get it's important. And I think a lot of authors should do it, to be honest.
I like it. Okay. What is the best advice you've received as an author?
As an author? I'll say this. The best advice I received as a writer, I don't think I've gotten my best advice yet as an author. I think there's more for me to learn and more to come. But as a writer, to date, my best advice came from John Singleton. Just so you guys know, John Singleton is one of my favorite directors. And we had the opportunity to sit in a couple of talks he did at Austin Film Festival in 2015. I was there in 2015. And he was like, write what you want to write. Who cares? He told this story about Boys in the Hood. So that was his first film, remember? And he told a story about how he got that made and how he walked into the studio and was like, yeah, basically, I wrote this. I want to direct it and I need this amount of money. And he just was like confident, knowing he was a Black man at this time, writing a Black story, and he was like, but it was my story. He was like, don't worry about other people and what they think and what they think you should be doing or you should be writing. Write what you want to write, do what you want to do, and do it confidently. Like, I don't know, being able to sit and listen. We were like, maybe 2-3 rows away from him as he's speaking. And just to be in that presence and to understand that this Black man came from where he came from, went to college, learned some skills, and then walked into Hollywood and was like, it's my way or we're not doing it. And they was like, okay, it's your way. That just resonated with me. And that stays in the back of my mind. And I think that lends itself to my don't box me in, I write what I want. I think that kind of comes from that too, because he very much had that mentality, and rest in peace, because he's passed now. But I was lucky enough to have heard him talk about his journey as a writer, as a Black man, moving through this creative industry and space and carving your own path, right? So that was probably the best writing advice or a creative advice I got. And besides, it was John Singleton, one of my favorite directors. So I was just like a sponge. But yeah.
I like that. From when you started, before you started screenwriting, before you started doing anything, you became a screenwriter and now a published author. What would you tell your younger self?
It's funny you say that, because I was just telling my man yesterday or the day before we were talking about this. I would tell my younger self, go do the major you originally wanted to do. Major in English, major in writing. Don't go and switch majors to a business degree because people told you that you can't make money in writing. That's what I would tell. That's exactly what I would tell my younger self. I was lied to. That I should have went to college to pursue my passion, which was writing. But instead, I pursued international business, got a business degree, got a PMP certification, and I'm all in business. And that is not a sort of calm, positive, happy space, right? But creative spaces for me are calm, happy, fun. So yeah, I would absolutely tell myself, don't listen. Go get that writing degree. Go major in writing.
Okay. I like it. All right. I've never asked you this question because these questions came after your interview. And we're going to pop your shit in just a minute.
Okay.
What is your definition, not what society thinks, of the great American novel?
Oh, ooh, okay. So, for me, when I think of, gosh, that is crazy. For me, the great American novel is any book that leaves me feeling something so deeply, so viscerally. Like anytime I'm pulled into the story, into the action, into the drama, for me, that's a great novel. So as long as it does that and leaves me feeling attached, that it's just that simple for me. Because reading and writing should be impactful, right? The whole purpose of creativity, right? Whether it's writing, creating film, painting, is to put your work out there and invoke some sort of emotion or feeling in the consumer, the person consuming it. I say consumer, guys, but I don't mean like consumer. I just meant the people consuming it, right? You want them to feel something, to have an impact. You want to leave an impression. So any novel that does that, to me, is a great American novel, because that's the point. For me, as a writer and a creative, is I hope, because I write very spicy, naughty stuff, I hope you feel every sweat, every slap of juice, every tug, every choke. I want you to be in the room with them. And if I can invoke that in you, I've done my job. And I've created a great novel. That's a great question, because it's loaded in it. And art is subjective, right?
It is.
So it's so interesting. Everybody's going to have a different response. But for me, like anything creative, if it evokes emotion in me, it's great.
You did your job.
Yep.
You did your job. Whether you're angry, mad, sad, passing out, sliding down walls, whatever it is. As long as you got me laughing or whatever it is that your intent is, and I can feel it, you got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yep.
All right. If you can induct 3 authors into the Author Hall of Fame, who would they be?
Brenda Jackson. Only 3?
In the Author Hall of Fame.
Oh, why are you doing this to me? There's so many. Okay, I'm just going to name... Shoot! Don't do this to me. Okay, Brenda Jackson, hands down. She's my favorite contemporary romance writer. I will say I studied almost at the feet of her novels. 2, another one. I'm lumping these together, whatever. Gina Showalter, J.R. Ward, they go together. Because I can't just do 3. I have to do 4. No. Okay, I'm going to say, Brenda Jackson, Gina Showalter. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's a white author. You guys, I love her. She writes, I guess it's paranormal. I don't know, what do we call it? Paranormal romance? I don't know. But J.R. Ward, Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Definitely need to be in the Hall of Fame. But there's so many others. That's why I'm like, why are you making me say 3?
You can only pick 3.
Okay, well, 3
a year. Next year, it could be somebody. Next season, it could be a different.
But look, because I'm an Aquarius and I'm like, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to give you 3. Those are my 3 trad authors: Brenda Jackson, Gina Showalter, and J.R. Ward. My 3 faith indie authors. Elle Kaysen, hands fucking down. Listen, love her, love Demon's Dream, hate it or love it. Go into her catalog. This woman just is a phenomenal storyteller, and the way she constructs her stories, flawless. She deserves to be, in my opinion, indie author that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely, Elle Kaysen. And 2 more, I would say, now this is just my opinion, you guys. Don't come for me if you don't agree. I would say, and this could change any which way the wind blows because I have a lot of indie authors I like, but E. Bowser can tell a motherfucking story. And she knows how to write. So, absolutely. And I better say me, because I've learned if I don't have confidence in myself,
pop your shit.
Who else will? So me.
Pop your shit. I love it. All right. If you can invite 5 authors, 5 writers to dinner, dead or alive, who would they be?
James Baldwin. Absolutely. Brenda Jackson, of course. Gina Showalter, of course. Edgar Allan Poe. Love Edgar Allan Poe. And probably.
That's going to be wearing everybody out.
Huh?
So there's always that fifth one that be wearing
I
everybody out.
know. I'm trying to think, who would I pick for my fifth one? Actually, I would say this would be a writer, activist type person. So it would be like probably either a Angela Davis or Asada Shakur. I know she just passed, but it would be one of those types. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Fill in the blank. My pen is.
I'm gonna say my pen is. God, you got some good questions now. Just one word?
Your pen is good. Just
okay.
fill in the blank. Just fill in the
Okay.
blank, whatever it is.
My pen is my weapon, and here's why I say. So there's a Tupac line who says, "I learned to think ahead, so I write with my pen." So I love the idea that I use my brain and my pen to convey my emotions, to get my message across, because it is a impactful and powerful way to reach people without being violent, right? Without being aggressive. And so that's a line too I think about a lot. I learned to think ahead, so I write with my pen. So like he uses his words. So yeah.
I was gonna say in my head when I said it, what came to mind was everlasting.
Oh, I like that.
That's what came to mind for me was everlasting.
I like that. I love that too, because I have to say this, because I always have a hard time talking about my books and describing them, because like I said, I like to write my stories how I write them. And sometimes I think people may be surprised how I frame a story. My Why Choose is a big example of that, because the feedback that I've been getting is interesting, because this is not your typical Why Choose. It is MFM, so male, but it's not that crazy, it is grounded in sort of lightly grounded in reality, if you will. Like I wanted to take a real woman in the real world, because this isn't just in pages. A lot of times, we date around, right? And we date multiple people. And so I like to I tend to write through my own lens. So the pen is, I like the term everlasting though. Yes. Because I feel like you could go through. I feel like I'm putting out books that can stand over time, because I try not to be too cliche in using the current slang word that people in the future are going to be like, what are they talking about? So yeah.
It's her Why Choose is called Vanessa's Choice.
Oh, yep. Here she is, and she's gorgeous.
I have that one too. I just don't know where she is. She's on one of these shelves, and where she is, I have no idea. But she's here.
And she's empowered, and she is in total control of her sexual agency, as she should be. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, let's pop your shit.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
So, you have a new book coming out.
I have a couple. Mm-hmm.
Do tell.
Girl, so my crazy chaotic writing schedule. So yes, I have a couple things coming up, but if you guys know, my last release is this little novella series here. So Thicker Than Smoke is the series, and the next book in this series is called Marked by Fire, and it is a character from Thicker Than Smoke, Nevaeh, who the readers just can't stand. The second book centers around her. So I'm creating this world called
Is she gonna get a happy after? Because listen.
So, yeah, of course. It's romance. So what I will say, it may not be the happy-go-lucky HEA, but she makes. They make it. They make it. So it's the second book in the series, but they're all novellas, very short, quick reads, and they're all standalone. So you don't necessarily have to read them all, but Thicker Than Smoke and Drex kicks it off, and you meet Nevaeh, and yeah, she does some things, and then we carry her over into Marked by Fire. Now, I am a character writer, and the reason she has this book next is because she was like, no, tell my story. Probably because people were shitting on her. They do not like her. So this story, though, I will say this. If you don't like Nev, I think you'll appreciate her book because she does go on a journey of sort of self-discovery and understanding why she behaves the way she behaves, y'all.
I'm going to read it. We going to see. But Nev was not my favorite.
She was nobody's favorite. And I think she just wants her chance to show you guys, okay, I know.
That she could be redeemed.
Yes, like work with your girl. Like give me some room to grow. And so this book is her journey, but also it's still fast paced. You're all going to have to really check your triggers with this one because, oh my God, Nicole, what I discovered in writing this, because I'm a character writer, Nev told me kind of, this is my story. And I'm like, okay. And even the MMC, this is why this book hasn't come out yet. My MMC in this book, his name is Ajani. He wants to take over this story. He has tried to make this story about him. He is a very dominating, imposing, fun. I love writing him, but he started to take over the story so much that I'm having to rewrite it because I'm like, this is not your story, bruh. But it's definitely going to be very fast paced. A lot of, just check your triggers with that one. But I think you guys will like it. I think by the end of it, you'll feel differently about Nevaeh. And I think that there'll be other characters that come out of it that you guys want to hear their story.
Okay.
So I have that coming out. I also have, if you guys know, so I have One Weekend, which is book one and a duet. The second book is called An Entire Lifetime. It's damn near done, so I have to put that out. And then I have a whole other host of books coming out. As far as events, what I have left, oh my gosh, I will be at Black Book Bash in Jacksonville next Saturday. And you guys, I'm on a panel. I am on, Love Jones and Situationships. That's the track. And I am on the sports romance panel as a panelist. We're going to be discussing The Assignment. That's going to be like my feature book there. So I'm excited. So if you guys if you're going to be at Black Book Bash, come to my panel. It's on Sunday at 1. And I'm on it with 2 other authors. Oh my gosh, I wish I had my notes. Don't get mad at me. I can't remember their names, but they're really big authors, really good. They write sports romances. It's being hosted by Jaleesa Reeds. That's at 1. And then also, okay, I'm breaking this on your show because I was supposed to make a video and do stuff, but we here now, and now it's next week. I might as well do it. I'm sorry, guys. But I also am moderating a panel. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be moderating the IR panel on Sunday at 3. And honestly, Nicole, I am really excited and honored to moderate that panel because, as you know very well, in these book talk spaces, in Black Book Talk, there's such a uncomfortable stigma around interracial romance. And I think that I'm so glad that Casey and them put this panel at this event because you have some amazing Black authors writing IR and being ostracized. And I didn't even understand that was a thing until I got into book talk. In the real world, on the streets, nobody's saying those things, at least not in the circles that I run. If you're a Black author, we supporting you. And so this panel, it's going to have Mo Flame. And y'all know phenomenal writer, Mo is, and a great personality. She's just a fun woman. I love her. Therese Clark, I get to have Therese on my panel, and Angel Shaw. And we're going to talk about interracial romance in Black book spaces. So if you're there, please come and support these ladies and support their work. They are Black women in these spaces writing romance.
But the thing is, I think the misconception is, and it might be the sign of the times right now, the political climate. I do understand that y'all angry with Wig and his foolishness. I get it. I do. Mm-hmm. Listen, if ain't nobody more upset and irritated with Wig, it's me. But the thing is this. A Black woman does not have to be a monolith.
Right.
She does not have to find love with only a Black man. That does not make her less lovable.
Yep.
Let her find love. She's finding love who loves her. And if it happened to be a pop-colored man or an Asian man or a Latina man, as long as he loves her and loves her properly, and he ain't, and you have to realize when a Black woman, or I never read an IR book by a Black man, so I'm not going to speak to that. But when a Black woman writes an IR book, there is so much care.
Yes.
In how they write the Black woman and how the white man or whoever cares for this Black woman.
You took the words out of my mouth, because that's my point. What you said right there is, wouldn't you rather have a Black author write this Black woman, white male, or whatever it is, interracial romance, because you know that the Black woman is innately going to make sure that Black FMC is cared for properly.
Right.
And for me, it's a lot deeper too, because we're in the times we're in. I'm not saying if you don't like to read IR, that's fine, because people have their preferences. Right. But what we don't have to do is ostracize them.
No.
They are a part of our community.
It's a part of our community because it's still a Black author.
Yes.
And one of the main characters is Black.
Exactly. And so that's why I'm happy to do that panel. I'm excited to be talking to these women who do write IR, so that their voices can be heard. And I want people to just realize these are human beings. And no one wants to feel ostracized for their community, a community they belong in, just because you said they shouldn't be writing this type of book, even though it's fiction and it's creativity. I want people to stop that. I need us to stop that. I need us to embrace all Black authors who are doing their thing. Like I said, you don't have to read IR, you don't have to like it, but you don't have to bash them.
You don't.
And I understand Black romance. I write Black romance, but also I have an IR romance, a whip in the works, because again, don't box me in. I'm going to write what I want. But I understand there are readers who only like to read Black love, and that's okay too, because I support it. But
because it's reality. There are a whole lot of white men loving on Black women.
Yeah, a whole lot of Asian men. Don't ostracize the author. Do that. So I have that.
And vice versa. It's a lot of Black men, and it's been for centuries, where white women love Black men. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's okay to fall in love. One of my favorite characters that I didn't know she was going to be one of my favorite authors, that I did not know who was going to be one of my favorite authors, is Janelle.
Oh, I love
Mo Flames. Mm-hmm. Kenya Wright. Mm-hmm. I love how the women are cared for. They're adored. Jatoria. Y'all know Jatoria's ass is batshit ass crazy with The Devil Wears Baccarat and Mason Neiman and the Brasi family. So, but it was the care in which she wrote, how they cared for the woman. The one thing that I love that Jatoria did was he asked her, why do you wear that thing on your head? Because first of all, he wasn't from here. He was of a different country here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, why do you wear that thing? She goes, what, my bonnet? He goes, yeah, why do you go? She says, because I have hair that I have to take care of. In order to take care and that doesn't fall out or whatever, however she worded it, I have to wear this bonnet so that when tomorrow it's not crazy. And so when she got sick and he had to care for her, he made sure she had her bonnet on her head.
Yeah.
And to me, it wasn't that he shunned her. He made sure that he cared for her like she cared for herself.
Yeah.
So stop. I'm not going to say stop. You do what you want. I wish you would stop bashing IR authors. First of all, they have feelings. Second of all, they have their own creativity. They're writing the story that comes to them. This is their creativity. It's not that they're just choosing a white author. It might be the character that's coming to them.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
That's what it
and
is.
Black women deserve love from wherever she wants to get it from.
I think too, it's more of a clout thing, a controversy thing. Again, Book Talk is one of the most controversial places I've been in. Like, these Book Talk streets are tough, and I almost feel like people prefer the negativity, the hot takes, and let's all gang up on someone. Let's get an event canceled. I feel like they relish that more than they relish bigging up authors and supporting. And I want us to flip that.
Well, you know what it is? It's clicks and likes.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. They're looking to become the next viral moment.
Well, don't, guys. Yeah, I'm telling you, you get further leading with kindness, leading with positivity, leading with inclusivity.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have that coming up, and then there's Boozy Book Tour in Chicago.
How you doing a Black Book Bash and Boozy Book Tour?
Boozy Book Tour is not till mid-month.
What is Black Book Bash?
October 3rd through the 5th.
Oh, gotcha.
Next weekend. Oh, I guess I should say it right. Okay, guys. I will be at Black Book Bash next weekend, October 3rd through the 5th in Jacksonville, Florida. You can still get tickets. They're open. Also, I just found out yesterday about one of their sponsors pulling out. And so they do, if you want to donate and support, you can go to the page. Actually, if you go to my page, I added a link in my link tree there, and it'll take you to donate. And here's what I'll say as an author for this event. I'm not going to lie, I was surprised because when I submitted for interest, normally you have to pay table fees and all that stuff. There were none for this, and that's because they had that big sponsor. And when that sponsor pulled out, I'm like, well, for me, it was a matter of, well, I didn't pay a table fee, so I'm going to donate like I would as if I paid a table fee. So I made a donation to help out that way. But you can donate as little as $5. And I know probably people might be thinking, gosh, does something like this always happen, and why now? I, being the positive Patty that I am, have looked at it differently. I was like, if it was going to happen, actually, now there's no better time than now for it to happen, because now is a time where Black folks are coming together to support each other and make sure each other's events are going off. So if it was to go bad, now is the time, because now it's when people feel more, I guess we have more of a need to want to support everything Black. And so the community could really step up right now and do a good thing. Donate $5. All these people in Black Book Talk for a righteous cause. It's books. And the reason that the sponsor pulled out, we know why. Because I'm just going to say it. If it didn't have Black in front of Book Bash, I don't think they would have pulled out. Because it's kind of then signaling, oh, this is for Black people, and with the climate. And it's like, okay, guys, okay.
Oh, so we're aiding in the advice that we're gonna, it's literacy.
Yeah, so they're not going to support us. So we got to support each other. So I would behoove you all to, if you have it, because I know times is tight, to donate $5. But it's still going. The event's still going. I mean, it's covered, but we want to help her out and help her recoup some of her money that she had to pay that she wasn't supposed to. And I'm a humanist, and if I got it, I'm going to help people, especially if it's a good cause. So I have that coming up. So Boozy Book Tour is the 18th. And then and then I'm excited too because I'm doing National Black Book Festival here in Houston. Brenda Jackson is going to be there. This will be my first time being in the same. I'm sorry, Miss Brenda Jackson, but I am going to find you. The Mixer opening night, I'm going to be like, where is she? Because I keep saying I'm going to show y'all my catalog of hers because, in fact, my man came in. He was like, so all of this is the same? Yes, all of that is the same lady, and it rows back. Don't judge me. She's my favorite author. But she'll be there, and the National Black Book Festival in Houston is like one of the largest in the South. They have foot traffic in between 2,000 to 5,000 over like 2-day period. I mean, you got heavy hitters. Beverly Johnson will be here too, I believe. So will like Eric Lasausen.
Jenkins, you mean?
Jenkins. Oh my God, sorry. Everybody's a Brenda Jackson or I don't even know. But Shannon, I'm trying to meet Brenda at the Mixer. I'm not trying to meet her at her table. I'm trying because I'm going to. There's a Mixer, opening night, whatever Mixer that we have, and then there's like a networking breakfast the next morning. So I'm hitting her up before we even get into the hall, the exhibit hall, the vending hall. So she gonna be like, this whirlwind was like all up on me, like, I love you. But yeah, so if you are in Houston, you guys need to get tickets. Come to National Black Book Festival here. And yeah, come see me if you do. I'll be there. And then those are my events through the year. I'm not doing anything after that except for planning for 2026 and 2027, getting my team together. So you saw some of them in here, Gunshy and my sister, who's in here, Darlene. They're my COOs, and you got my man. I'm not going to say his name, but he's my CFO. I'm the CEO. I'm actually talking with a PA, a girl that I met at that author event, about doing some PA. I'm really trying to do this, build my team, get my stuff out there. So that's what I have for the rest of this year. I'm going to be announcing my events for next year. I actually already have 5, but it's for next year. I'll announce those. I don't know. You tell me, is it too early to announce those or should I be announcing those?
Come November, you should be announcing.
Okay. See, that's why, y'all, you see how I'm getting feedback right here. And
Unless it's early part of the year. So if you have something January, February, March, you're giving 6 months out so that people, if they want to fly to where you are, they can purchase their tickets.
Okay, well, I need to start doing that then because I have 3 in Q1. So like I have Boozy Book Tour, I have BookCon Vegas, and I have, what's the other one? Shoot. There's a third one. I can't remember, but see, I'm glad because I need to go get that and start spreading the word. I have 3 book events in Q1, and I'm really excited too. Some of them are pretty big. You guys, I got into Smut Lovers for next year. I did. I'm so excited. I got into Smut Lovers, and I don't know how, girl, I'm gonna say this. I always feel like I don't know how I'm getting into these, but I do know because I'm very intentional and mindful. I got my ancestors rocking with me. I'm not chasing anything anymore. Everything is drawn to me. I'm like, I am an author. Everything I want, I become. So I'm an author. I become an author. Happiness, I become happiness. Opportunity, I become opportunity. That's how I look at it. And I'm getting into a bunch of things that I'm like, what? So yeah, I got into Smut Lovers. Girl, I found out at Violet Crown Author event that I got into an event called Kiss and Tell because their organizers were there. I think they were scoping because they were like, yes, you're going to be hearing from us. And she showed her list. She's like, you're in. I was like, I am. So I'm going to be doing Kiss and Tell. I'm probably going to be doing more events with the Southern Bells. They have like holidays with the Bells in Dallas. And then in 2026, And then 2027, they have like a event in Maui. But my goal, I live in Texas, y'all. If y'all know anything about Texas, it's huge, massively populated. I'm going to focus really trying to sew up Texas, if you will, make my way and grow in Texas, because there are so many events that I didn't really know about that I could grow my readership here. Texas is so big. You can, if you wanted to, and if you did it right, this could be your career, just the Texas economy. And it could be sustainable. That's the opportunity and the number of potential readers. So I'm going to do a lot of events here in Texas because the economy, it's more cost effective, but there's a lot of events. So that's all the stuff I think. I'm probably missing stuff, but for now, that's what's going on.
I love that. I love that you're making yourself available to meet your readers, what we talked about earlier. I'm sorry, Cookie made an appearance, but she was
better
gonna act a whole donkey, so it's either pick her up or let her bark through this whole interview.
It wouldn't even be an interview with you if Cookie didn't come through and try and take you. Look, don't be side-eyeing me. She literally was like, "Are she talking about me?" Yes. But she's being good though. She all quiet.
Question. So your events, where can the people find you?
Okay, so yeah, you can find me for now on TikTok. I'm trying to decide if they make these changes, but I have to say this because I'm not good at plugging myself. So TikTok, all of my books are available in my TikTok shop, except for right now, The Assignment, because it's sold out. But check out my TikTok shop. You can also find me, so here on TikTok, on IG, my handle is the same everywhere, author Rowdy Rooski. So on IG, I do have a Facebook, but I don't use it that much. So that's part of my plan to grow that Facebook page and create a Facebook group. But you can find me there on Facebook. My Patreon, you can find me there. And sometimes if you're on TikTok late at night, like I'm talking about 11-ish, you can find me on live playing The Sims. I'm a Sim
watching.
Yes, you can find me on live playing The Sims. And then my stuff is available also on my website, www.authorrowdyrooksy.com. Check out my website. Obviously, right now I'm still in Kindle Unlimited, so you can find me through Amazon. And also, again, I love to engage with readers in a positive, fun way. So I don't mind the DMs that I get because they've always been quite positive. So if there is something you liked, you can DM me, or something that you're like, girl, what? As long as it's fun done in a fun, productive way. Yeah. And also, if you're reviewing my stuff and sharing my stuff, you can tag me. Please don't tag me in anything negative, because who wants to see that? But I'm not saying you can't post it. I'm just saying, please don't tag me in that. But tag me in your positive stuff, because I get geeked when people tag me in their stuff about my books. Like, you have no idea. I don't think readers understand how you make us feel when we see that this stranger on the internet liked our book so much that they took time out of their day to make a video about it. There is no other feeling for me as an author than that, because I'm like, I did my job. I actually evoked something in this person to make them want to say something nice and tell other people about it. Like, that's the best feeling, y'all, the best feeling. So that's what I got going on. And then working with Gunshy on our film stuff. We submitted to some things. We finna waiting to hear back on some things. So, but I don't think I'm not going to talk about that aspect of it, but that's what I got going on. And follow me, guys, and and I'm trying to work on my social media presence.
Yes, make sure you're following her.
I have a hard time asking for things. So I do have a coach who's like, you need to ask, like, tell people, follow me, and I'm like, but I don't want to be forcing people to do stuff. Like, I'm working on it, guys. So if you do see my videos, just drop a hi or something. Be like, you can do it. Just tell me, you can do it, girl. You're getting better. And even that makes me feel good.
What's funny is I tell everybody, make sure you tell everybody like your videos, like and share, and I don't do it myself.
Well, we both need to do that.
So, any last words before I pop my shit for a quick second?
I just want to show a little gratitude to you first for having me on and being so open and willing to share and exchange information. I appreciate you. You know, me coming into book talk and trying to find how I fit in. You've always been very kind. And so thank you for that. And then also just to all of the lovely authors that I've met through TikTok. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the tips, the help. Mo is my girl. I love me some Mo Flames. And the way Mo has helped me, you guys have no idea. I love her. I love Olivia Linden. I think she's just such a bright light. I don't even know how to explain it. There's just so many people. If I don't say your name, I'm sorry. It's not on purpose, but I just can't thank the authors and the readers enough for like welcoming me and being so kind. Like, honestly, even though I say, you know, book talk can be negative, because it can be, but I see it from afar because I don't engage in it. Everybody that I've engaged with has been so kind to me. And I appreciate that. Because for me, that's what it's about. I appreciate the kind note messages from the readers, the people who DM me nice things, people who take the time to review my book. Like, I appreciate you guys. I mean that. Like, the gratitude is real. So I just wanted to say that. And then I have to shout out my newly formed team. You know, thank you to Darlene, Gunshy, my man, for supporting me, all my family. I just want to walk in gratitude and positivity and good intention. And I wish that for everybody. So that's my last word. Walk in positivity, say something nice to somebody, and be happy. Shit, have fun. And come see me at Black Book Bash, you guys. It's gonna
Go
be
say
fun.
hi.
Come say hi at my table. I'm vending Friday, Saturday, and then I have designated vending time from 4 to 9 because I'm on a panel. We have designated times, but come see me. I want to meet y'all. Like, I might be a little goofy in person. I'm not cool. I'm a nerd. Just so y'all know.
She cool. Go meet her. She's an experience, honey. She will give you the experience that you're looking for from an author. You know, it's the warm hugs, it's the intentional conversation, it's all of that. And she's just a really beautiful spirit because she's always smiling and happy. So y'all just go say hey.
Yay. Thank you.
All right, let me pop my shit real quick. My stuff is real quick. As you guys know, my podcast have a name change. It's going from Pop Your Shit to the Booked and Busy podcast, only for branding reasons. I am creating a brand, I'm cultivating my brand to include being an author. You guys know that my author name is going to be Nicole B. Busy.
Wait, you're writing? I didn't know you were writing a book. So
yeah, I'm very new. I'm very new at it. I'm not new. I have books. They're just not published.
Okay. That is awesome. Just I do this too, and I continue to do this. As you write and hone your craft, I think you know this, girl. Take you some writing classes. I always find, because writing is not easy. I don't care what people say. Writing is hard. And there are fundamentals that you learn through education. And I would behoove every person who wants to write, go take a creative writing class, just one, and you'll understand why you needed that class. Me, I just told Gunshy, I said, hey, I'm about to take another creative writing class because I'm always needing to grow and improve and hone my skills. If you're a writer, you better be working on your craft. And what that means is what that means is taking classes, using resources, going to workshops. That's the only way you're going to get better. You have to understand the fundamentals. But I'm proud of you and I'm excited for you.
Thank you. So I have my authorship that's going to be under the Booked and Busy brand. The podcast will be under the Booked and Busy brand, as well as merch and other ventures that may be under the Booked and Busy brand. So I've had some time to think about how I want to present myself. My goal is to become a publisher, a traditionally published publisher, my own company especially for the Black book author community. I would love to make sure that you're getting the marketing that you want. I want to make sure that you're getting the promotion that you need, the classes that you need, or the instruction that you need in order to create the books that you want, and make sure that the masses know about it. I want to make sure that you guys are in bookshelves and libraries, wherever it is, depending on the political climate that we end up in. However, I am vigilant in that's the goal that I want to take. That's the route I want to take. And I say that because Black authors are so talented, but they are not seen. Or they're seen, but they're overlooked. Whatever the case may be, there's so many talented authors out there that I would love the world to see.
Yeah.
So even if I have to pick up and leave these United States and create this publishing company for the world to see, that's what I want to do. I want to see you guys on shelves. I want to see you guys in the airport. I want to see you guys in the library. I want to be able to go to any bookstore and purchase a book and be like, okay, I got XYZ book. Whether they're traditionally published or independently published, I want to see you guys there, because it's very disheartening to go somewhere and you don't see you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
awesome.
That's the direction of Booked and Busy. I am still doing light PR right now. I have select clients. And if you're interested, you still can come to me and we can have a discussion, a consultation. But I want to make sure that the PR services that I'm honing in on are included into whatever packages that I'm going to be providing. But the best way for me to become the PR is to do the very thing that everybody else is doing, which is writing a book, so I can understand the process. So I'm going to write the few books that I'm going to write, however many books that is. It might be 5, it might be 10, it might be 100. I don't know. But that's the direction in which I'm going in. So you'll start seeing changes. Like right now, changes are being implemented into the Booked and Busy brand. So if you don't see Pop Your Shit as a podcast, it's because it's now Booked and Busy. The second thing is I will be in Chicago along with her.
Oh, I'm
going to the Boozy Book Tour in Chicago. Super duper excited about that. I will be podcasting live, so I will be bugging these authors for interviews and getting them on the at the event, making sure that they are being seen. You'll see their tables. You'll see the behind the scenes of the Boozy Book Tour.
Are there still tickets? If there are, please go get them.
I believe there's tickets available.
If you're in Chicago,
Shannon, you still in here, right? There are tickets available, right, for Chicago?
If you live in Chicago and you read and you love romance, y'all need to go get them tickets.
And real quick, because we coming from out of town, so we coming, okay? So after the Boozy Book Tour, I will be Woozy Book Tour Las Vegas at the Pajama Jam is
Oh,
going down.
I'll be there.
Hopefully, I will be published by then, but I'm not coming as an author. I'm coming as a podcaster. Okay? I'm coming as a podcaster. So I will be Lucy Book Tour, Las Vegas. And then shortly, a couple of months after that, I will be the host for the Cali author book takeover. I can't remember the name because it's not in front of me. I'm sorry, Shelley. But I will be hosting that, and Storm will be your podcaster for that event. Super duper exciting. We will be in LA cutting up. She has game night. She has the book event the next day, and it's going to be a time. Okay, so I'm coming as Nicole as the host, but Chocolatra may make an appearance. And in Chicago, Chocolatra is definitely coming. So just don't mind her. Just enjoy the ride. And we'll go on at these events, stay at these events. Y'all can post the good stuff. Don't post that foolishness of me trying to drop it like it's low, and I'm dropping it like it's high.
Lord, those are the best ones, but I know what you mean, though. You keep those in the private photo album.
Exactly. So those are the events that I have coming up. I also will have more information coming shortly for the Napa book tour that I'm putting on. It is a fun event. I know that we are in a time of political unrest. So I'm playing it by ear because I don't want to put a lot of money into it. I can't get my money out.
Yeah.
So I'm playing it by ear as far as, but I'm still planning. So you'll have a concrete decision as to how much it's going to cost, where we're going, and what we're doing, because I know that everybody is going to be an expensive trip.
Yeah.
Napa is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that. Mm-hmm. And then that's it for me. You guys can find me on my socials. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Storygraph. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on here, TikTok. Make sure that you like and follow. I'm on YouTube. You guys make sure that you follow us on YouTube. This video in its entirety will be on YouTube. Please like and share the videos on YouTube on all platforms that you find it. But this interview in specifically will be on YouTube in its entirety. And then I would like to thank you for coming on to the Booked and Busy podcast. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a willing participant in any of my shenanigans.
Always. I love being amused. You guys have no idea.
And I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all y'all go to follow her on all her social media. Y'all like and share her posts. Do all the things to increase visibility in this space so that everybody can collectively take this space to the next step.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow on the Booked and Busy podcast, we have author Selena Brooks. She will be on tomorrow. Y'all please come show some support for her and show her that, we love her. Okay. So we can get her books out there for everybody to see. So
gotta support, y'all. We gotta support.
That's it. That's the name of the game. So thank you so much. You guys have a good night. Happy reading, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.